I swear to God, everyone is starting a fucking AIAA. Jeez, dude, I know, I'm aware. Agency. And again, sorry for the bad camera angle, but I am glad that you're suffering with me until I get my new keyboard so I can finally put my fucking laptop over here and then my. Anyways, I was looking for a website template for my AIAA, and I stumbled on this one. This is a framer template, so you can check it out here on Lemon Squeezy or whatever. And literally, this is like I could get this website, I just not even change anything, dude. It's crazy. Literally, just AIAA. And if we go AI automation agency, I mean, we'll find so much fucking results, dude. It's not even funny. There was this guy who was like, "Stop SMMA, do AIAA, blah blah blah." We got this full playlist, and yeah, dude. I mean, look at this. This video's got 41,000 views. It's about the new AI agency model. It's just crazy, you know. It's just popping off, and I just want to say the funny thing about these AIAAs is a lot of the time it's not even AI that you're doing. Like so many problems can still be solved with basic code. I mean, AI is useful in some cases when you have like a very specific problem that you need to solve and you need to process like a bunch of text and kind of format it down or maybe generate like a summary. But in most cases it's not really the solution. You know, a lot of the times and it does help with programming and stuff, but a lot of the times you're just doing normal code, you know. And so I don't know. I think there's a lot of people that'll come into it just knowing Make or Zapier or something and have a lot of trouble. Um, but ultimately, it's not really down to how you solve the problem. You know, as long as the problem's solved, not too expensive, you know, reliable enough, that's fine. Um, but this is an agency, and like a lot of agencies, I mean, first of all, there's a couple of problems that I see with this. Oh, Figma, dude, holy shit. Um, there's a couple of problems I see. I mean, I think the first kind of major problem is it's very like let's start out, let's just say it's very sales heavy, okay? Because if you think about it, there's a lot of AI automation agencies, a lot of people are kind of running ads for it or their softwares to solve a specific problem and a lot of tools out there. And so it is competitive and you have to know how to sell, you know? And the sales process isn't straightforward a lot of the times because a lot of the times you don't know the cost like to yourself or the time requirement, like how much time it's going to take. And so you can't really just sell on one call. Like if you have a productized service, you just get on that call knowing exactly how much money you're trying to extract from them and what they're going to get. Whereas in this case, you don't know exactly what you can deliver, what their problem is, how you can solve it, and you kind of just have to wing it. And so I think one thing here is really like niching down is going to help, you know, and figuring out like who's your target audience and what do you actually deliver is really going to help kind of to make the sales smoother, especially because you can get more practiced with that specific product. Um, but the other thing is ops. And like an agency is so operationally heavy, especially because it's a bespoke agency, right? Like most people, especially starting out, don't have a productized service. Otherwise, it wouldn't be an AI automation agency. It would be, you know, email responder, right? And it would be some product that responds to emails. And even if you build like a SaaS, but you charge like $1,000, $2,000 setup fee, and you have to set it up, you know, that would still be like an agency, but it's much easier to deliver that service. Um, and so because it's all bespoke, you can only do so much yourself. And so the only way to really scale is vertically, where you end up hiring, as opposed to horizontally, where you just kind of deploy it as software or, you know, run ads or whatever. Um, you do have to kind of hire people, which this is hard because when you see like you're gonna get shiny object syndrome out the ass. You know what I mean? Um, when you see like some idea for software that you could build and that could make you, 10 grand in a day, whereas what you're doing right now, it's going to be a struggle to make 10 grand in a month. Um, and so that's kind of, I don't know, I think those are the biggest problems is you're going to want to change and then also the sales is going to be difficult. But I do think there's one massive benefit here and it's kind of the exposure that you get because my first agency was a marketing agency. There we go, exposure. It was a marketing agency for detailers. So let's say this is like a detailing machine thing, and I would sell like Facebook ads to them, and they would get leads and make money, right? And that was all I did. That's all I served. That's all I did. And I didn't like the customers. I didn't care for this service. I wasn't interested really in anything. And it made it very hard to scale because I wasn't interested. And at the end of the day, I didn't really. I mean, I know how to market and I know how to run ads and stuff, but I didn't learn much about industries. I just kind of learned about the detailing side of things. Um, and you could argue that that's good, but I think especially when you're young, it's good to get exposure in different industries and kind of figure out what you like. And that's the beautiful thing about an AI automation agency, especially if you're starting out. If you don't have this niche that you're wanting to go after, you can just get exposure to different like industries, different that says industries, different tools, different problems, and you can kind of figure out what you like. And in the in terms of tools, you can also see like what's gaining traction. Like we'll put potential. You can figure out like where the puck is kind of skating. Um, and yeah, I mean it's super valuable. Like if you're finding problems that kind of come up pretty often, then you can productize this and actually turn your agency into, you know, a product or that service into a product and just sell that and scale horizontally that way. So I think that's kind of how it ends up having to go. And it's not a bad thing that there's a ton of AI automation agencies because literally every kind of business in the world is able to be helped by this. So it's not like an SMMA where every local business is getting blown up, but like there's so many different types of businesses out there that I think saturation is a very low kind of potential thing, as well as the fact that sales is so fucking hard, especially if you're beginning, that a lot of people are going to drop out here, they're going to try it and they're going to realize, holy shit, I have to get my own leads and I have to do sales. This fucking blows, right? Um, and then very few are going to actually scale up by hiring. A lot of them are going to be glorified freelancers, which you have to be okay with if that's you. You know, a lot of people wish they were freelancing if they're working a job, so you can't really look down on it if you're doing it. Um, but I do think kind of the future here is with creating like a productized service. I'm just going to draw a hat that represents it perfectly. Um, and kind of seeing, where the puck is going. And just kind of learning more about business and about industry and where you feel like you can help. So anyways, that's my thoughts. See you in the next video.